Sydney trains are set to get back on track after the Fair Work Commission ordered industrial action cease temporarily before a legal challenge is considered next week. While trains should run more smoothly today, there's concern there could still be some disruptions. For more, Miles Holbrook-Walk joins us from Central Station. Miles, good morning. So what exactly is the outlook for the public today?
Well, it can't be worse than the last 2 days. At least that's what the New South Wales Government and Transport for New South Wales is telling us. Now, the reason being is that these strike actions, which were more than 350 in total, they were quite complex and led by a series of unions working together as part of a combined rail union action. And it meant that on the Wednesday and Thursday, we saw combined more than 2,000 rail services cancelled. So a huge amount disrupted as a result. On the Wednesday in particular, there were wait times in excess of 5 hours. Yesterday still there were some instances on the Thursday of incredibly long wait times. It led to this extraordinary press conference from Chris Minns yesterday where he said the combined rail unions were putting a noose around the neck of the state of New South Wales and that the damage was not only untold but actually incalculable. That's how significant it was, and there'd be no way to really measure that. As a result, they've taken a legal challenge to the Fair Work Commission that essentially will argue these strikes are doing too much damage to the economy and to public safety. They're going to mount that legal case in full on Wednesday and Thursday next week. However, they had an interim hearing before the Fair Work Commission last night, and it was there that the strikes were suspended from 6:30 p.m. last night onwards. Now, that means that a full service should run a lot better, and there's no protected action that can be taken by combined rail unions. So it essentially means that workers have to comply with their normal job and duties as per usual. Now, if, of course, we get to the Fair Work Commission and they rule that the strikes aren't endangering the economy or people's safety, we kind of are back to square one and we could see some renewed negotiations there. That's certainly what the Rail, Tram and Bus Union, the largest union in this standoff, is calling for, is more negotiations. The government really no appetite for that whatsoever. For now, though, people should be aware that there still will be, particularly on the suburban Sydney network, which is the busiest part of Sydney's trains network, there will be some disruption, and that's because there's some critical works that are still being done, particularly at Homebush, as well as in Newcastle and the Central Coast. That line will be affected. That's about an hour to 2 hours north of Sydney, depending on which station you're getting on at, and that will still be disrupted and trains will be somewhat impacted, but by and large people should be having much smoother commutes. They already, though, may have made the decision, if they can, to work from home just because of how disruptive the last 2 days have been, Emma.